What's up, guys? So since I did not actually film myself doing the painting because I got pretty caught up in it, I'll show you exactly what I used. So these are the paints and stuff that I used. Nothing fancy. I tend to like folk art paints. They work well and they're pretty cheap. Deco art as well. So just to kind of take you through the process. So for this, for the armor, that is where I started. So the green pieces. So all I did is take the black, it says licorice. I used a thicker brush, so that was pretty nice. And then basically just put paint on it. And then I just dabbed it off on a paper towel just to get it not super wet. And then, yeah, basically I just went over the entire thing until it was all filled in black. And I did that to all the green. Then after that, obviously cleaned my brush, grabbed the metallic, and did the same. So dipped it in there, was really, really light with it, and just dry brushed over the top. So then what that would do is that would leave kind of the black in the creases, and the green would kind of fill in the top, and it would look pretty good. So I did 2 coats of that just to make sure that it went on thick, or not thick, but at least, was a little bit greener, right? The first time I did it, the black definitely showed through a little bit, so it didn't show up as bright as I would like. So I did 2 coats. And then the gold, because gold doesn't lay down well, it did take a while on that one. So I used a few different brushes. I used a small one like this. I used one that's slightly bigger. And yeah, just taking the gold, nothing special. And then just covering it over. Now the thing about the gold is it takes a while to lay down. So I had to do probably 3 or 4 pretty light coats just to get it to cover. So, so I did that first, and then yeah, and then touched up little pieces on the side, the wrist, or the knuckles, just all the different parts there. And then, yeah, and then did black wash after I got all that done. I did touch up a few parts of the silver, just laid down a few pieces like on the side here, his head, because there wasn't a lot of detail on it. So did that. And then, yeah, afterwards, took a little watercolor style brush. It's a little bit, not so stiff. And then, yeah, did some black wash, made my own black wash, just using black paint and water, and I got it to the consistency I liked. And then just went over it a few times with it and just let it dry, and there we go. And that's kind of what we came up with. So pretty neat process. And then to seal it, I actually just did a spray. Just a Mod Podge clear sealer, and I did matte. And then just, stayed a good distance away and just laid it on, not very thick, pretty thin, just to cover the pieces. Now, with that Mod Podge spray, if you are on like flimsier rubber type pieces, sometimes if you put it on too thick, it can make your project sticky, and it will remain sticky for quite some time. So you want to make sure that you don't spray too much on it if you're going to go that route. Sometimes with customizations, I do just use the Mod Podge, the brush on. It's just looking at the material of most of this. I figured that plastic would actually lay down easier, and I'm about efficiency and quickness, so I was like, well, the spray will work just fine. So that is what I did there. So that is what it looked like. Again, sorry for not taking you through the process. I'm still getting kind of used to the YouTube thing. But yeah, so that is it overall, and I think it turned out very well. Looks much better in my opinion, and only took a couple hours, so not too long at all. So if you want to do the same, go for it. Go for it. And if you want to know the green I used, that is it, emerald green. Folk art, you can get this at Walmart, Joann's, Michael's, any of your craft shops will probably carry it. But yeah, I think that's a good looking green. Perfect. Okay, well, thank you all so much.